Thank you for visiting our STEM tent. I'm super excited to be here because we have 28 volunteers that are here from different bases, and it takes everybody to make this happen. So come on over and I'll show you some of these booths.
Oh, like, well, we gotta put this out here. Oh, now I need a piece of paper.
So this is Mr. Salinas. He is here from AirVenture. Can you share with him a little bit about what you're doing at this booth?
Sure. So what we're doing here. What we're doing here is to try and show off some of the background engineering that happens. Big stuff like that happens. A lot of people think that they look at the aircraft that are out there.
I've got the mic.
That they're just designed right away. They don't realize that a lot of these aircraft, there's 5, 6, 7 years to develop. So what we're trying to show off is just a quick little demonstration of some of the data that we have to get first. Some of that is what's called force and moment data, it's just aerodynamic data. But what we do is we put a piece of instrumentation in here. There's a balance, it's called strain gauge balance. And what it can do is it can read forces in a whole bunch of different directions. And so using that data, we can go back and give the primary, the OEM, that data, and they can look at that and go, well, we want an aircraft that has a little bit less drag. Okay, we need to make a design change here. Or, hey, this aircraft that doesn't have enough control authority, we need some big ailerons, we need some big control surfaces. And so then we can iterate on that, multiple times, so that when they actually get to a stable design, that they can then make a prototype. Saves time, money, because I can take, for the C-10, for example, let's say I wanted to test a couple of different wing designs. If we're in the wind tunnel, I can test 5 or 6 different wing designs in a week. Versus, let's say it's going to take 6 months to build one full-scale prototype. So we can do this and really quickly go through a bunch of engineering challenges and address a bunch of concerns that maybe this wing design is too unstable, maybe it's too stable, maybe it doesn't have enough control of it. We can do that in the span of a couple of days versus trying to build full-scale prototypes for everything, which is going to take 100 times the amount of money and a couple of years versus a very relatively small amount of money and a couple of years. So we're trying to show that there's all this engineering that goes on behind the scenes to try and get the younger generation to be like, hey, if you're interested in engineering, you're interested in aviation, it's not just test pilots, it's not just maintainers. Well, if you want to work with jet engines, there's test engineers working there to try and stress test these engines, do longevity testing. There's solid rocket motors that you can test out. There's a whole bunch of supporting work behind the scenes that's really fulfilling, at least for me, that a lot of the general public doesn't get to see. And if you're trying to get engineers to keep the greatest air force in the world going, you got to show them like, hey, there's a whole lot of opportunity.
That's awesome. Thank you.
Happy to help.
All right, let's go to our next booth where we have VR. Hello, Ms. Robertson. How are you?
He gave me a hug. He said, what did you just say about this place?
It's the best place I have been.
Oh, that's wonderful. I'm so happy that you enjoyed it.
He gave me a hug.
Oh, that's great. So, Ms. Robertson, we have someone here from AirVenture that would love to ask you some questions. Or you can share some of the things that the kids are doing. You can kind of look and see how they're...
Tell me what you're doing. Okay. Tell me what you're doing. Show me.
So right now, this is an AR VR headset. It's a goggle headset. And what this goggle headset does is allow the participants to go into different environments. They can go to the International Space Station. They can actually do first steps, go to Alabama, to go into, they can play tennis ball.
Yes.
They can go to Horizon World. We'll take them to Florida where they can see palm trees, they can see birds flying, they can see the oceans. They can go to the space station, but the space station where they can actually pull cords and put them in containers. So there's a lot of things that they can do. And they're just having fun.
That's awesome. Thank you.
Yeah.
You should get some of that because they're just amazing. The little ones too.
That's awesome.
Great. And we have, oh, hello, how are you? So we have a station where the kids can be a test engineer, actually, where they actually design a little rocket, they build it, and then they test it. And if something goes wrong, they do exactly what an engineer does and analyze what's going on, make the modifications, launch again. So look, someone's about ready to launch. Would you like to watch?
Sure, yeah. Go ahead.
Whoa, good job. And this is a sample of some of the little rockets that they're building. And we have 2 Air Force people here that, are you guys military or civilian?
Military. We're both flight test engineers at the 40th Flight Test Squadron.
Wonderful. Did you guys go through TPS?
I did, yeah.
Okay, wonderful. Why don't you tell them a little bit about what it's like to go through TPS?
Oh, okay. Well, TPS is awesome. It's a great experience to basically learn how to translate pilot speak into engineer speak and learn to design test processes for new stuff that you're putting on aircraft. So over the course of the curriculum, you'll get flights in about 30 different aircraft, time on the stick, and then you learn all the fundamental flight test procedures, processes that we do to check out the handling qualities of a new aircraft, to break down a new system that you're putting on an aircraft, and say what's important to making this successful. And then you get to apply that in a real situation, a graduating kind of capstone event. After which you get placed out in the squadron and you start doing that work for real. Pretty exciting.
Yep.
Awesome, thank you.
And it is an amazing thing because it's not easy. It's a lot of hard work.
You get a master's degree by the end in flight test engineering. It's a lot of work to do.
That's a huge accomplishment. So congratulations.
Thank you.
Thank you. So right over here, we have electrical circuit boards. And we have 2 people from the Sustainment Center, and then one of our recent TPS graduates, Marcia Asensio. She's she's got a master's in electrical engineering and the master's from TPS, which is really great. And the kids are learning about electricity. So this is one of our largest teams here today, and I'll let Mr. Alec tell you about what they do.
Sure.
This is a huge hit with the kids.
All right. Well, we have 4 simulators here. We have a big F-16 simulator, an F-22 simulator, and 2 DR simulators. And we take these simulators to air shows. We take them to recruiting events throughout the Antelope Valley. We've been doing that for many years. And now this is our first foray outside of California, outside of the state, across the country to this event. And this is actually my biggest setup I've ever had in terms of the volume of people we're going to have through the sims and the actual square footage I'm taking up to present this to the kids. We are interested in reaching younger people to get them interested in engineering and technological degrees, because we're interested in hiring them as engineers. We have a lot of retirements coming up in the engineering field in my own organization, and it turns out that that same retirement problem is happening within AirVenture, and also just being able to reach people with the right qualifications to fill those jobs. So we're here to reach students. We have eye-catching displays, loudspeakers, we got big cockpits and stuff, and we are trying to reach them and talk to them about being an engineer so they can hire.
That's awesome. Thank you.
So they're here from the Air Force Test Center, and you can see how much fun the kids are having. And you're welcome to capture some of the video.
You shot down?
No, it's good.
Awesome.
Thank you very much. So these are the 6 booths here at the STEM tents at EAA AirVenture.